So Victoria Taylor then from Victoria Tell UK is part of and has been for a number of years, a good friend of mine. And Victoria refers to herself as an experience collector, which I absolutely love that title. She'll explain a bit more about what she does day to day, but she basically is a very creative and amazing person, really great at what she does, and I can't recommend her highly enough in her world of digital. She knows the power of creating great customer experiences in today's digital-driven, time-poor, on-demand society, and works with a lot of brands, but mainly specialises in the area of hospitality. So Victoria's going to speak to us about the digital side, about maintaining digital relationships in an era of uncertainty. So Matt, then away to go. Over to you, Vicky.
Thanks, Fiona. That was so nice. Thank you so much. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
I was like, thumbs up. Okay. So first of all, before I start speaking, just so I can sort of gauge where everyone is are most people here, are most people their own business owners, or do you all kind of have teams? Teams, thumbs up, solo, thumbs down. Okay, so the majority of people are sort of solo, yeah, okay, solo without teams. So I think first of all, I would say start your day with a gin. So no, seriously, start your day with a gin. No, do you know what? This period of time is so challenging, and I think it's very easy to. I saw a post the other day. This is how I'm going to start. I didn't prepare a talk today because I wanted to kind of gauge it based on everyone on being here. And I saw a post the other day on social media, and it was talking about the fact that we're all in the same storm right now, but we're not all in the same boat. And I thought it was really interesting because we are all in this same sort of scenario, but we're not all sailing through it in the same way. So we've all gone through different experiences since COVID started a few weeks ago. I'm very fortunate right now that I am still working with clients. I have a roof over my head. I'm very, very lucky. There are people that have lost businesses overnight. As Fiona has said, I work with a lot of people in hospitality, and the hospitality industry has been massively impacted, like immediately. People have lost business overnight, and some people have completely lost their businesses overnight. So it is a real challenge right now, I think, for any business owner to be able to navigate how to speak to a world who are all going through a collective crisis at the same time, but when so many people are facing different realities, because you don't know how people are going to react in that scenario. It's really hard to think kind of what kind of content should I be putting out there as a business owner right now? How should I be connecting with people to build relationships? Because people are more sensitive. Some people have lost their livelihoods overnight. It's hard to sort of put yourself out there, I would say, when I feel exceptionally blessed, but there is part of me that feels very guilty for saying that, because I know there are people that feel completely different to that right now. So that's a challenge. And I think that social media is a gateway to connecting with people right now, but it's how you do it and how you do it effectively. And essentially, it is a way that we can all go out there and connect. So it's a way that we can all be forward facing, we can go and grow relationships, and any of us can do this at this time. But I think the key thing right now is to be empathetic. And when I say empathetic, I mean to try and put yourselves in the shoes that somebody could have lost their business overnight. So your message that you put out on social media could be viewed by anybody, which means that whoever's receiving it could be receiving it, in their circumstance, which isn't desirable to them right now. It's a hard scenario. So a few things that you can do, I believe, no matter whether you're in a scenario where you're lucky, you're still in work, whether you are, you've lost your business overnight, whether you are thinking, oh my God, where's my next penny going to come from right now? No matter what scenario you are in, we are in our homes, we are all here, which means that we all have the internet. We're all able to pay our bills and have the internet. And I believe that what we can be doing is connecting digitally with people. And that doesn't always necessarily mean put content out there and put a load of social media content out there, but it does mean that we can be going and having conversations. And what I would say is that those personal one-to-one conversations, those direct messages right now are going to be massively beneficial for you as a business to helping to grow yourself as we come out and transition out of the other side of this. It is time consuming. It is going to take a lot of your time, but it is going to help you. So the companies that I'm working with right now, some of those are in hospitality, and luckily I am still working with a few of those. What they are doing, they are reaching out to their social audiences, not through the pretense of, hey, come and see us when we reopen again. They're literally, hey, how are you doing? How are you coping through this? Are you doing okay? And those are really working. They're helping them to grow relationships, even looking down the feeds of people that connect with them. Does one of these people in our audience, does they have a dog? What is it? Hey, we see you've got a dog, we've got a dog too. Being really personal, looking at what's happening on their feeds and trying to make those personal connections. Because what I can tell you right now is, while people might not have the finance to be spending right now, what they do have is feelings. And before anyone buys a product or service from us, they need to feel something for us before they do any kind of business with us. So right now, I would say that you can be building feelings towards your business in a number of different ways. You can be doing that through connecting through direct messages, but with that level of empathy. And I think awareness is really, really, really important right now. So yeah, I would say going out there, if you're spending an hour a day and taking a chunk of your audience, on different platforms, and saying, right, I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to go and talk to them. Hey, how are you doing? Are you doing okay? Are you coping okay with this? It's long, it's laborious, it's going to take you time, but I can promise you it is going to benefit you down the line. Every single day right now, I feel like I am a digital wife to the clients that I'm working with. I am onto them pretty much every other day. I'm asking them how they are, how their kids are, how their wives are, how they're doing, what's happening in their world, not just in their industry, what's happening in their personal lives. And I honestly believe that that is probably the only reason that I'm in work right now, because I have built strong relationships and I've built deep relationships. And I think had I not have done that, I wouldn't still be working with people right now. So I think now is a real key time where you can be building really strong relationships. And you have to remember as well, right now we are building our opinions and perceptions of brands. So I'm going to ask everybody here right now, what's your perception of Richard Branson right now? Give me your thumbs up for good or thumbs down for bad. Is that okay? So pause the thumbs up, Everyone else is a thumbs down. And that's fine. We've all got different perceptions. And this isn't to go at Richard Branson, but what I'm saying is right now in the media, this guy isn't coming across particularly well. What I am saying is that how people act now is what people will remember. Now, I'm not talking about going out there and doing great big glorified campaigns. I'm not talking about going out there and pushing content in people's faces till the cows come home. But those personalized, deep conversations that you have are going to yield so much more for you down the line than posting daily content that you think is going to draw people to your business right now when people are in different mindsets. However, if you are going to be putting content out there, which I am doing, which other people are doing, I think it's important to be useful. And by being useful, think about your industry. Think about how you can add value to people in this scenario that we're in right now. So I know Lucy here. So Lucy has an incredible events business, and she is just an amazing lady, absolutely amazing. She's got a fantastic business. But currently through this period of time, it's a tough industry to be in, the events business. But there is no reason right now why Lucy can't be going and live streaming, talking on social media to people about, top tips for running fantastic moments for weddings and birthdays. How can we create wonderful moments for weddings and birthdays when this comes out? Giving brides tips, giving grooms tips, giving family members tips, because down the line, when Lucy's looking to generate more business, she'll be the one that's remembered for giving those tips during this period of time. I was talking to a neighbour the other day. He's a mechanic, he's got a car garage, and I was saying to him, currently you can be jumping on now and helping people to understand how they can make the repairs to their cars, live streaming, doing a video. How can they make their own repairs that they can do themselves? Not anything that you need to do in a garage, but what can they be doing for the upkeep of their cars right now? Think about how you can be useful to people in the industry that you're in, because people do have less expendable income right now. And I think it's important that we can be as useful as possible. So whatever content you are creating, if you can become useful, you will become the person that is remembered for being useful, rather than being the person that's being necessarily a taker. So I think no matter what situation anybody is in, whether somebody lost their job overnight, or somebody lost their business overnight, or somebody's riding this storm in a really positive way, if you're putting out useful content, nobody can really criticize that. So it doesn't matter whether anybody is in a good position, a negative position. If you're being useful, I think that's the one thing that we can all be in our own way. So I would challenge you to go away and think about that, and maybe write down a few ways that as a business owner, even if it isn't related to your service, go and write down about how you can be useful as a person. Can you go on video and share some information to help to be useful right now, to help people through this period of time, because you will be remembered for doing that after. Go and spend an hour a day reaching out to people if you've got the time to do that, or you know, an hour a week, whatever that equates to you. Again, some of us are homeschooling, I'm not, but some people are homeschooling, some people, you know, everybody's in a different scenario. And I think it's a really good time to double down and invest time in people, because while we're building feelings, that's going to help people when you come to be sort of building out of the other side of this. So those would be sort of my top two things. I know I've probably waffled on a bit there. It would be that one-on-one, going to people direct, just a couple of real practical steps. One-on-one, people direct, not selling in any way, shape or form, not trying to say, oh, hey, how you doing? Can't wait to see you when we're open. Forget that. Literally just, hey, it's so-and-so here. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Start a conversation off with people, and be prepared for people to have conversations with you, because they will. People are going to have conversations with you. People are going to talk to you. People are going to tell you about their experiences. They're going to tell you how they're navigating this. And do you know what? It's probably going to help you navigate it too. Because if you can have navigations and conversations with people that are having different experiences, it might help you to navigate this period of time too. And then the second one is to create really useful content. So naturally, you know, right now when I'm working with clients, yes, we are still promoting products, we are still promoting services. I'd say that is still absolutely a good thing to do. Definitely be putting it out, but make that ratio, you know, sort of, yes, filter in the product, filter in the service, but make sure there is useful content going out there to help people to feel like you're trying to help them. And if you haven't got your own useful content to share, point them towards other useful content. You know, if you're in the events industry, think about all the museums right now. You know, they're all doing virtual tours. Andrew Lloyd Webber is doing a free musical every week. There are so many different things going on in events, hospitality, travel. There are so many different things. Point people towards those sources. Spend a bit of time Googling. Become a useful source. Become a fun place where people want to go. Become that centre where people want to come, because if you're just talking about your business all the time, it's going to become really boring. But if you become a useful source where, yes, you are still talking about your business, and we should still be talking about our businesses, by the way, 1,000,000%, because brand is super freaking important right now. And if you don't do that right now, then there's, you know, no point down the line. But become that centre of a place where people feel that they can approach you, because we are all collecting experiences every moment of every single day. Like, we're all having an experience together now, and you might go off this stream tonight, that Vicky's an absolute arsehole, or you might go off and go, do you know what, that Vicky had some really good advice. Either way, we're having an experience here. And if you think about everything you put out, every message you have, every phone call you have, every email you have, everything you do is an experience with you as a person and as a brand. So we can create experiences that people want to collect, then you will be remembered better as we transition back to any kind of normal. That's it.
Thank you, Vicky. Thanks, excellent.